Well, hello all history hunters. Back out on the damp fields of North Lancashire. I'm just on my Saxon spot. The muck spreader has been on here a couple of days ago. So, you know, flattened it, it's wet. So, should be very good conditions for detecting. And just had a piece of lead, and now I've just had this. Pottery is one thing I've not had a lot of on here. I've been keeping an eye out for it, but this is a bit of old pottery. How old and what it is, I'll have to find out. Bit of variable thickness there. Some bit of lines going on. And find. Quite a nice design button, but yeah, surprising find. The horseshoe, looks quite old. How old I don't know. Out of a metal strap, there's a stud going through there. It could even be part of the handle of that lead bucket that I had, couldn't it? Who knows? Into the box. Low winter sun. Now that's the tiniest horseshoe I've ever seen in my life. What the heck? Flipping out, look at the size of that. That is kind of cute, isn't it? But what's the story behind that? I know Saxon horse, well, Saxon horse is tiny or whatever, I don't know. Mini me. Look at the size of it. I've never seen anything like that. It's more modern, doesn't it? That cast. Don't know how old these things can be, and whether or not they could ever be decorated. It's probably just the way the corrosion is, but worth checking out, aren't they? I mean, how old could that be? Broke away in the soil, and there it is, still stuck there. 1948, I think. And there's the imprint. Yeah. Penny. Harsher than your average clog clasp. Design on that. Probably would have been all coppery shiny new. Hope. I mean, that was over a foot down. That's a elephant button. I've had 3 of these in this spot now, but look how deep that is. So, you know, this ground would have been ploughed in the past. So, yeah. So if you're finding something like that, there's hope that there's little stykas about. The funny thing on the Saxon spot, it feels like a lead alloy. It's quite heavy, but it doesn't seem to be just lead. It's like an 1821 jumping about. Is there something there, or is there not? Yep. On to the next, if there is anything else. More Saxon evidence, let's have a look. How about that little thing? Look at that. I think that's the Saxon pin. Fabulous stuff. North Lancashire. Wowzers. Oh, it's so great when something pops up. Look at that. You'd never know. Brilliant. Yes! So fragile, it's just falling apart. Don't know what that is. I think it's just mud in the centre. It almost looks a bit like a tiny lead clay pipe or something. Obviously they won't make them out of lead, but it's somewhat strange. Were they tiny ampulas or something? But that's thin and very, very fragile. I don't think that's going to make it home. Very strange. But it's on the Saxon patch. I'm not saying that's Saxon in any way, but yeah, very, very strange. Clasp in amongst it all. Deep bit of very old lead. I mean, has it had cord wrapped around it or something? I mean, look, there's a little cross there. Pottery or stone. Quite heavy. I'm not getting a lot of pottery, so I'll stick it in the bag just in case. But just had that out in iron. It's a strange shape. It goes wider at the end and goes wider at that end. Can't see any holes in it. I thought it was a bracket, but who knows? Now with a gentle brush, that's what it looks like. So I don't know. It came out on a 12 signal. The styka's coming in round about an 8. That could be a little bit of something. Who knows what that is? Looks like it's got a bit of a design on it. We shall see. Again, doesn't look anything, but everything on here unknown, should be investigated. Not much to speak of, some little bits of foil and a couple of tiny bits of misshapen lead. Well, this has got a bit of interest to it, so I don't know why that's hollow. Yeah, it's going to be a cup of coffee time soon. Made my way onto the Saxon spot. I just had this. I think it's modern. I think that's modern. Well, don't know what it is. Bit of something. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, that's a bit different than a nail on this Saxon spot. Yeah, is it some kind of band? Deep down, at least a foot down, I thought at first it was like a George III. George III, but it could be a Roman coin. Hang on. 20 signal. Yeah, so that was a deep flash of something down there. It's probably more likely to be Georgian, but there is a chance that it's not. So yeah, we'll check that out. Now this lovely bit of lead has come out of the Saxon spot. I'm not saying it's definitely of that era, but I've not had a piece like that out of here. So museum will be interested in checking that out. And this tiny little thing in the Saxon area, probably nothing, but into the box. It was very deep. I think that's either it's got kind of largish writing at the side that I can't make out. I think it's either a token or it's like a William III farthing, something like that. There's an R there. You might be able to tell the writing out a bit more back at base. But that was hardly any signal at all, and then when it was out, boom, a 23 signal. So exciting, but nothing ancient. Excited over every single signal on here, and a little tomback button on a 13. And this little thing is on a 7 or an 8 on the Saxon spot. Could be a bit of a strap end or something, or could be nothing to do with that. It seems old though, doesn't it? Now I'm near the Saxon spot. I mean, the shape of it, I don't think, but look at the old age of that. Yeah. Bits and bobs. I have something here. Look at the curve on that. Certainly looks like a Roman or early medieval brooch. Let's give that a very, very gentle clean. Very gentle. So there we are. I think that might be Roman or Saxon. Look at that. What a beauty. It's only my third, but that's not bad for North Lancashire. Right, I'll send a picture to a friend and see what he says. A little 10 signal. I don't think it's anything, but I'll stick it in the box and see. A little bit of something. Is it a buckle part thereof? This was an 8 signal where I found the fibular brooch and one of the stykas. Looks a bit of old something. So I've had a few bits like this, whether they're weights or what. That might just be how it was made. Or it might be something on there, but probably not. So, but yeah, it's all part of the interesting lead on this site.